Hello there, and welcome to the ClueCon Weekly Studio. It's a great week to be here for the ClueCon Weekly because we've got the guys from Inteliquent with us today, and we've got Rafael and Lyle. Let's start with Lyle. Hi, Lyle. How are you doing, and whereabouts are you?
I'm good. I'm in Austin, Texas.
Great place
Happy
to
be
be.
here.
Yeah, the great state of Texas. Thank you for coming along. And how about you, Rafael?
I'm good, thank you. I'm based in Geneva, Switzerland.
Goodness me, it's a very international feel today then. We're very pleased to have you along. And I wonder whether one of you, and you can choose which one, could give us a bit of a background to Inteliquent as a company to start with.
Sure, I can do that. And Inteliquent's a wholesale telecom carrier. We're one of the largest in the world by traffic volumes. We have a lot of big customers that you would recognize. I believe SignalWire is actually a customer of ours as well. And you know, we have a lot of products and services ranging from SIP trunking to TDM interconnection to hosted UCaaS business that runs on BroadSoft. You know, pretty much whatever you would need in the telecom world, we can help you.
Great. And do you have offerings for kind of end users, or are you a kind of mid-level telco, as it were?
Yeah, we're more of a telco service provider. We do have end enterprise customers. You know, if most of them are fairly large. But you know, today we're probably going to talk mostly about our Acrobits set of products. Acrobits is a company that we acquired about a year ago, and Rafael here, he's the CEO of Acrobits. Acrobits is also mostly targeted at other telecom customers as well, and I'll let Rafael talk about the Acrobits product suite.
Yes, okay, that'd be great. We'll come to you in a moment, Rafael. I just wanted to note that Acrobits, of course, is a very, very well-known brand and been very well liked, even loved on various platforms over the years, especially mobiles. That's great. Okay, Rafael, yeah, tell us a bit about Acrobits, please.
Well, look, Acrobits is a company that was founded 12 years ago now, right? So we're a little bit like dinosaurs in this industry. We were the very first SIP open application basically in the App Store in 2008. So that's how old we are. And since then, you know, we have built a brand, as you say, and a technology, because everything that Acrobits does it's done in-house, right? So we don't use any kind of open source stack, you know, at least, you know, for the core of the SIP signalization and media that we have for mobile devices. We do as well desktop applications, and yeah, I mean, it, as you said, is a well-loved brand. We work a lot with a lot of, you know, today we have something like a little bit more than 500 customers all around the world, right? That uses our stack, that have created around 700 applications. That's kind of a lot, right? And a big portion of it obviously uses FreeSwitch, right? Because of its popularity too. And yeah, we a year ago, right? Inteliquent acquired Acrobits, right, to make it basically more of a product. And now we are based, I will say, the mobile division of Inteliquent, right? So the way we work with them is that obviously now we don't just have the front end of things, right? Because we have a front end client, you know, the applications, right? But we have the possibility to offer to our clients as well the termination in the other end, as Lyle explained it. Yeah, it can be SMS, voice, MMS as well. But if there is a need to, we can give them the full UCaaS solution, right? Unified Communication as a Service solution, right? So it really, it was really a complementary, I would say, association here and a merge, right? And it works really well because, you know, the company has never been, you know, so I've never been so well into the market, right? And of course, you know, we had a lot of the post and the COVID that helped a lot, you know, all the communication providers all around the world, right? Where our technology suddenly became from a nice to have to an important one that now is essential, right? So that's where we are.
Great. Okay. And I gather you've got a presentation to show us Rafael. Did you want to lead off with the app or the presentation? I'll pop the screen share on so that you can decide. And there we go. We're up with the screen.
So I'm going to go just for a presentation to try to explain, to the audience what we do here, right? So
Great.
If this is going to work, yes. So that's me, not much to say about me. As I said, I'm one of the founders of the company, right? And I've been myself, involved in more than 500 integrations and on mobile VoIP. I'm here. The company is here really since the very beginning, right, of the smartphone era, and yeah. Then we have Lyle that we just saw before. Lyle, maybe you can say better than myself who you are.
Yeah, I'm focused on thinking holistically about all the products and services that we offer inside of Inteliquent, and working with customers to put together solutions for them. That's what I do.
Great.
Maybe you can say as well that he was the founder of the Better Voice platform, right? That's an API.
Yeah, I actually joined Inteliquent in 2016 when Inteliquent acquired my company, BetterVoice.com at the time.
Okay, thanks for that.
Thanks. So, the Acrobits. So as I said before, the company is focused on we have an application platform as a service, right? So basically our customers, and we will show that a little bit later here, can go into a platform and can create an application instead of going through a 6-month development in a couple of weeks, right? Even virtually, not even virtually, but technically you can be live in a day, right? So we have a complete recurrent software as a service model, right? Really is the software that we deploy here. And over the last 11 years, right, we deployed a little bit more than 140 million endpoints, so 140 million devices at some point host the technology that Acrobits has built, right? You probably know a few of the brands here we work with, right? From most of you are familiar, with TextNow, certainly Snom, Orange, Rakuten. We work as well with T-System, US Cellular. All these people, they use the technology that we built here. We are server agnostic. It means that we don't deliver any kind of class 5 or soft switch ourselves, right? So our application, they can connect to pretty much everything. So names that everyone knows here, OpenShift, Asterisk, Free Switch for the open source community, but we are very strong as well on connecting to the big brands, or the proprietary brands like Metaswitch, Mitel, or Broadsoft, and we just don't connect, via the SIP protocol, but we have as well integrated the way and how they provision their endpoints and many other things to basically make it easier for those that run platforms like that, to connect our softwares. Our goal is really to simplify as much as we can this technology. Tell me.
Yeah, I was just going to say how important provisioning is, because of course, if you're going to have lots and lots of endpoints, that's a very key part of the picture.
Absolutely, provisioning is key, and that's what everyone expects, that we, as I said, simplify their life, because this is what they're looking at working with us, right? So yes, Broadsoft, as you know, Metaswitch and Mitel, they have their own way in how they do the things, right? So we have to accommodate and do our best, right, to deliver, a seamless experience there, right? But of course, then you have, with the stock Asterisk, it's a Free Switch, and you basically don't have much to provision there, because people, they have to build their own provisioning systems, right? But our SIP stack is extremely compliant, and even for the video part and the messaging, even the MMS with the content type and Free Switches work fabulously well and out of the box, right? What we have here, right, in what we call the software as a service ecosystem, the platform we deliver is not just a mobile application, right? In 2020, if you just deliver, the mobile app, you will need a lot of other things, to really make it work, and that people can really customize it, not only from a design point of view, but as well from a functional point of view, right? So we deliver a full set of APIs and web services that are very complete. We have a bunch of documentation, right? And a lot of examples, right, to deliver to our customers, right, when they want to integrate their own services, their own business intelligence with our technology. What we do as well is that we have our own component. You see here SIPs and WebIS. What they are basically, SIPs is a push notification service, right? You know that today a mobile application, right, a modern mobile application, right, especially on the real-time communication, needs to have pushes, because pushes is what help basically to save and preserve the battery, right? So the way it works is that when you're not using the app and you send it to the background, we kill the app from our operating system point of view, and we send the registration to the CP server, right? That will act basically like a virtual machine or a virtual phone into the net, and will register on behalf of the app. At the point that an incoming call comes, we just simply send the push to the device wakes up and retrieves the call, right? So this looks very simple, is the experience that everyone has today using, I don't know, WhatsApp or any other communication tools, right? But the key here is that we deliver that out of the box. It's a turnkey system, right? Our customers, they don't have to think in how I can do that with my switch. It just works, right? And we deliver that either through our cloud, or they can host that on premises. The same thing for WebIS. You know, WebIS is nothing else than a DTLS to SIP media transcoding platform, right? So for those that don't support natively WebRTC, and there is a big portion in the market that still don't, right? They can use that tool and they will see a SIP endpoint instead of seeing, you know, on having to play with WebRTC and DTLS, right? Around that, we deliver as well the complete software development kit that our customers can use if they feel they need to even more customize our application platform as a service app. They can do it. Or if you have another existing application and you want to add real-time communication capabilities, which happen many times, let's say you have just an SMS app or a messaging app and you wanted to add voice, they just can take it, plug it inside, and then they have this real-time communication. It goes with video, voice, everything you can expect from a modern platform, right? As I said before, everything we do at Acrobits is done by us, is done by in-house. This is something our customers appreciate a lot. And the reason is that the competition that is in the market today, Apple against Google, right? It's so strong. The guys release so many. The pace they release new versions of the operating system has never been as fast as it is today, and someone has to follow, right? Someone has to be sure that the application will still work on any device, on any platform, on any OS that is still into the market, and then that's our job, right? And as I said here, if you can measure, you can manage it, right? That's what we do. It's our code, and we know obviously what is inside, how to tweak it, and what to do to be always proactive with our customers, right? One of the examples we can give you here is that when the iOS 10 was released, I think everyone heard about what CallKit is. You know, most of the market struggle, you know, to put that feature on time. We were really the very first one to have that ready into our SDK, right? So all our customers, the day iOS 10 was released, they already had CallKit capabilities into all the endpoints that they had with us. A little bit more here about cryptography. This is something we spend a lot of time on, and we did a lot of work, by the way, with FreeSwitch back in the days, right? And with the FreeSwitch developers as well. And we have integrated, aside of what normally everyone should support, like SRTP, TLS 1.1.0, 1.1, 1.2, and all the public algorithms, we have integrated ZRTP, right? ZRTP is basically the strongest encryption protocol today if you want to secure voice communications, right? It's a non-net service, it's end-to-end completely, right? And it's an incredible tool, right, that has been developed by Phil Zimmerman. By the way, we did a lot of work with him. He basically completely reviewed the code we wrote, so thanks to him again if he may listen to this. And one of the key, I will say, deals we did here is that the company have secured the European Parliament in 2014 against wiretapping. So the politicians there, they download an app from an MDM that they have inside the organization, and whenever they're going to send the call, there is an internal call inside the parliament, they're going to have to use that app, and it's encrypted via ZRTP. Here is what I just said before, is this application platform as a service that we have. The name is Cloud Software. I'm going to show you with Lyle a little bit later how it works, what it is, and what we do. But in essence, inside this platform, anyone can go and build an app. You can design it, test it, and build it, right? And when everything is done, you just download it, push it to the store, and it's done. And we take care of all the maintenance. We take care as well of all the relationship between you and the app stores, right, to save you time as well. And it can turn to be extremely complicated sometimes to just put an app into the stores, and this is something we do as well on behalf of all our customers. In terms of features, we have here everything that everyone can expect, from a modern unified communication tool. We have all, the encryption, we do conferencing, we do the contact synchronization from different sources. As I said before, we have all the external provisioning, messaging. It's a multi-platform stack. So you have iOS, Android, Mac OS X, and Windows, right? And even plugins for the Chrome web shop, right? That you can build in a single platform. Now here, so we see it in action. So I'm gonna hand over now the screen sharing to Lyle, that will show you a little bit how this platform works, what we can do from it, and just after I will show you a little bit what you can extract from. So the real app, how it works, right? What you can do, how you can sell calls in and out, and how it looks. So Lyle, to you, maybe if you can.
Okay.
I think it's screen. So yeah.
Yeah, I believe I'm sharing now.
Yeah, dude.
There we go. So I'm going to walk you through the Cloud Software portal. And this is the portal that's available to any Acrobits customers, and it lets you completely deploy and provision a application that works on iOS, Android, or desktop, as Rafael has been talking about. So the feature selection works a lot like a shopping cart. You go through here and you select whatever features you want, including full service, which means that the Acrobits team will bundle your app and get it ready for the App Store. They'll go through the whole review process with the Apple reviewers, make sure that everything that needs to be done gets done for your app to be published as quickly as possible. Sometimes it's easy to get an app in the store, but keeping up with all of the updates, as Rafael mentioned, can be a big hassle, and Acrobits just completely takes that pain away. So there's other features you can select, like a WebRTC app. Do you want contact synchronization, incoming calls via push service, video conferencing? You just select what you want. Acrobits will even do digital marketing for you. So, if you're a new service provider and you want to get your app out there so it can be seen, they've got a team of digital marketers that'll work with you to make that happen. But there's tons of features here, like contact synchronization from CarDAV, from an external web service that you may control from Office 365. You can have a custom web view tab in your applications. You can, turn on SRTP, balance checkers, rates checkers. I mean, there is just an extensive list of features and functionality that you can turn on with one click in this application. Here's the ZRTP implementation that Rafael mentioned. So you just select what you want and click submit, and you're good to go. After you've selected your features, you can alter the configuration. So here's an example. You can put in a SIP domain, and keep in mind that every setting on this page can be controlled via an external web service as well. Think of it like when you serve up XML to a Polycom phone to affect how that phone gets provisioned. You can do the same thing with any Acrobits endpoint, but really in a lot more customizable way. So this is where you would control things like your video codec preference. So your video codec over Wi-Fi, VP8 or H.264, video codecs over mobile data. You can do the same thing with audio codecs. And one of the nice things about this is you don't have to worry about building in support for switching between cellular data and Wi-Fi. So if you're on a call in your office and you walk out of your house and you lose Wi-Fi signal, the Acrobits SDK just handles all of that for you. You don't have to worry about coding around that or figuring out how to do that yourself. SMS settings, outgoing SMS via web service. They also support SIP Simple. So there's a whole host of things you can configure in here as well, or straight from the portal. So this is my favorite thing here is the in-browser theme designer. So this lets you configure and provision how your app looks right here from your browser. Rafael, I can't remember how many settings there are, but there's hundreds of things you can customize, including the voyant, the color, every single digit, every icon you see in the application. You can customize. Go ahead, Rafael.
I would say that you have 327 customization points here, right? So you can do crazy things. It's crazy. Yeah, you can spend hours, playing with the platform and trying to change it and to make it. The idea is that you can really reflect here your corporate identity. So whenever it's very difficult if you go to the market today and you try to pinpoint where this app was built. It's very difficult to find out it was built here, and the reason is that we can so much customize it and create different flows and even different registration flows, and that's the beauty of the platform, right? That's why so much people appreciate it, because right. They feel and they can show to the market, well, it's our app, right? We did it, right? We are the one technological advance, we can do it, you see? And that's what our customer expect from this platform. So
So it's not just when you talk about customization, it's not just customization of the look and feel of the app, but it's the back-end technology as well.
Absolutely. Like I showed you the documentation and how many things you can do there, and that's what I said just before, not only the visual aspect, but as well the technological aspect and everything related to the IPS and how you can communicate with the endpoint to change the way it provisions, to change the way it works, basically, and how you interact with your backend, because everyone, the real value of each service provider, right? Even if the only thing they will see is the app, you agree with me, the app, the app doesn't work, the service doesn't work, right? So we have to deliver a good app. But behind the scenes, right, there is so much intelligence, right? There is so much business intelligence that everyone took so much time to build. And this is how basically you connect it to the app and you make the difference. You see? Is the beauty of it, right? So our customers really appreciate that. And you have, as I said before, you can provision the app with a QR code, with a phone number, with a web registration wizard. We can do so many different things, and even combine them between them. And you can create an app here that, let's say, SignalWire create an app for some reason, right? You put it on the App Store, and then through a provisioning server, when the app is provisioned, you can change the complete look and feel, right? And for different people, even if you sell it to a business. So this is something, it goes in a multi-tenant way as well, right? So we have a lot of resellers, as we said. We have a lot of people that does already white label of their platform. They can white label then all the endpoints thanks to this platform. And for them, it's a worry-free business, right? Because they don't have really to worry about that. We do all the job, right? They can really focus on the growth of their business. We take care of all the updates. We do between 7 and 10 per year, right? Updates of the app. And Lyle can show you into the portal here when we have a new release. It's as simple as click on a button, build. It will build you the app. You take it, you have the new core, put it on the stores. That's it. You see? Here you can.
So after you design your app and select the features and provision it how you'd like, you always have a live version and an editable version. The live version is what's actually in the App Store, but the vast majority of these provisioning options and design options actually don't require a new push to the App Store. So you can go in here and change the design, update a logo, add a tab, change your SRTP settings, whatever you need to do, and make it live. And the next time the customer opens the application, it'll pull down those settings and it'll just work. If you do need to submit a new version to the App Store, You download the IPA that gets built for you automatically, and you upload it yourself. Or if you're using the full service option, Acrobits will do that for you.
Great, Lyle. That looks like a really comprehensive offering.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And maybe we can show a working app now, Rafael. I'll stop sharing.
I'll do that. Yeah. I'll do that if I find the right screen here.
Okay.
You see my screen?
I will pop it back up for you right now.
Sure.
How about that?
I guess you see my screen, right? Yes, you do.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So this is an app. It's an emulator basically on my own computer here, right? But this is an app, right? That, as Lyle just showed you before, it's exactly the same app. That one that was designed and built from the portal, right? So it looks like a very modern, UC client, right? Where you have the dial pad, you have access to all your native contacts that are, by the way, synced, because we have the mobile device, the mobile app, sorry, and then you have the desktop application, and you will see exactly the same contacts, because we have a service, if you want to use it, that can download all the contacts that you have on the mobile device and then expose it in the desktop app, that avoids you to have complicated plugins, for Outlook, for Gmail, or whatsoever. And as we know, our mobile devices today, they have all the contacts, right? And no one else has more contacts than our mobile devices. You can basically have messaging, you can send files, you can send documents, you can record voice prompts, you can send pretty much everything that you will do, like any modern app or WhatsApp, because that's basically that everyone want to do, right? You have an history, now it's empty because I just provisioned my app. You can create favorites. These favorites, you can even enable VLF, right, for the presence if you wish. And the best of it, but something that our customers appreciate very much, is that we have here an embedded browser, right? So you can show basically, like it was native, right, a page that you host, right, where you can put the call handling, the support page, whatever. And this is really simply an HTML page, or then you can write some JavaScript, whatever. And a lot of our customers, they put contacts here. They can put, as I said, the call handling, if you want to divert your call, if you want to listen to your voicemails, and so on and so forth. And it looks really embedded, right? It looks like it is native, right? And you can add several of them. And that's, again, another way in how you can basically show everything that your company does and every difference that you can make into the market, right? In the US, many of our customers, they use these kind of web pages, right, to expose the faxes, something that the Europeans don't do at all, right? But the app, it works like any modern app. I'll try to call it, by the way. I think it will work here from the emulator. I guess it should. If not, well, let's see. Yeah. So this is the real call. You can answer. No, you can answer. Sorry, but then I'm gonna lose the sound of the conference if I do that. So I will leave it like that.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, so you have here, right? Oops, I think it's gonna go back. I wanted to show you as well that you can have all the information during the call, right? You can see, the network, the codecs that you're using, and anything else, right? I'm gonna close here. Right, so this is how look the application, right? And as I said before, this is one UI, right? It has 327 customization points, and you can really, I won't show you names now because I don't think I'm allowed to show all the customers we have. But really, you can do so much different things here, and really make the difference. And this is what our customers are looking at today, right?
Great. Okay.
So,
well, thank you for giving us that demo.
So now I think there is another thing we want to talk to, because this is basically the Acrobits. We talk about the Acrobits, but Acrobits is not everything. We said before that the reason why Inteliquent decided to acquire Acrobits, right, is to be able to give a 360-degree service, right? And as Inteliquent is probably the major, I think it's the biggest one today, carrier in the United States. I think no one, carries more minutes and messaging than them, right? They're as well very security oriented, right? And the robocalls, and the spam calls in the US is a nightmare, I think, for everyone, right? And they are now working on 3 stacking that our friend here, Lyle, will show you and discuss about. Do you have the presentation, Lyle? You want me to share the screen?
No, I can do it. It's okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to switch over to the screen share now, Lyle?
That'd be good. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go ahead. There we are.
Oop, let me get through to where we were here. All right. So as you know, a lot of you are aware, there's a lot of changes coming up in the industry related to stir shaken, and Inteliquent is working with all of our customers to make sure that everyone is prepared for these changes. And we're here to offer a helping hand. We've got a team of experts that know exactly how to get your service running on top of stir shaken, either using our hosted certificates or using your own. So if you don't know about stir shaken, it's some new standards that are coming down the pipes to prevent robocalling and identify the originating caller. So it's designed to help service providers securely sign calls using SIP. And the stir part provides proof that the call is legitimate and that the called party can confirm that the caller is who they say they are. So in the industry, there's a lot of spoofing going on, and you can't really ever know if the number that's actually calling you is really controlled by the person that owns that phone number, and Stir solves that part of the problem. And Shaken is actually how the certificates are handled as the calls are en route. And it makes it easier for law enforcement and voice carriers to sort of track people that are sending offending calls. And I'll just move to the next slide here. We've got multiple authentication and verification services. Like I said, we can either host your own certificate, or we can do attestation for you using our own. We can handle all parts of Stir Shaken for you. Just give us a call or reach out to us via our website, and we'll walk you through the whole thing. Give us an email at info@Inteliquent, and we'll take care of you.
Appreciate that delve into Stir Shaken as well. Thank you, Lyle. Yeah, as you mentioned, that is something that's very big for everybody. And of course, in the world of FreeSwitch, SignalWire have just given an open source Stir Shaken library to the community. And so, hopefully all of these things can marry together to prevent the bad guys getting in too much.
Yeah, exactly. And, if you're running FreeSwitch and you're using FreeSwitch's implementation there, we work with that as well. So, you don't have to use our hosted solution.
Great. Good to know. All right. Well, we're coming to an end of our time together, and you shared a huge amount of information, and we'll try and make sure that appropriate links are in the YouTube description below the video. But is there anything else that either of you gents would like to say before we close our session today?
Well, I'll add, I am very grateful for the FreeSwitch community over the years. I've done a lot of work, using the FreeSwitch platform. We actually run a voice API platform inside of Inteliquent as well that we use to solve solutions for customers, and that's built on top of FreeSwitch. So thanks for everything that you guys do and everything that you've done for the community over the years. The VoIP world would not be the same without the hard work of the FreeSwitch team. So thank you for that.
Great. Well, thank you, Lyle, for coming along. Any closing words from you, Rafael?
Well, I can just copy paste what Lyle just said. I wanted to say really the same, because I'm very grateful for what FreeSwitch has done over the years, and really the industry wouldn't be the same without FreeSwitch. That's clear, right? And as we see, this beautiful conferencing platform that you guys built is just amazing. I think it's just a great tool, and it will benefit even more, to everyone that wanted to have this kind of technology in a post-COVID world. So congrats to you. It's really nice. Very well done.
Great. Well, Jen, thank you very much for coming along. And thank you for sharing all of that very useful information. And I hope to get to see you again, either at a live ClueCon or a ClueCon deconstructed or somewhere down the line. So thank you very much. All the best to you.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Thank you.